review copy provided by Sega and ATLUS. Metaphor ReFantazio is a brand new IP from ATLUS. Combining elements from their different games over the years into a single title, this feels like the culmination of the best of their works. With turn-based gameplay mixed in with some action RPG elements and dungeon crawling, this is a truly ambitious title for ATLUS's well-renowned studio Zero Team. While a stellar game, performance issues have plagued the console versions of Metaphor, causing the game to run at unstable frame rates and a juddery image that lacks any kind of anti-aliasing solution. I originally tested the demo of this title on the Steam Deck with less than stellar results. Over the past couple of weeks, ATLUS has patched the demo and released these patches alongside the launch version of the title. So, have there been any improvements to the Steam port of the game running on Valve's Steam Deck? Let's find out. Before we start, let me say that I'm not reviewing the entire game. I'm reviewing Metaphor's PC port on the Steam Deck. Nothing more. Metaphor has a fantastic and captivating story to tell alongside a very addicting gameplay loops. I feel everyone owes it to themselves to at least try the demo and see if the game is for you. Also, all footage that you see was recorded directly from my Steam Deck, running the game with high settings at 720p unless otherwise noted. Sit back, relax, let's get it on.
Alright, how's that? This battle's ours. Let's go, and we'll win this. I won't hold back! Just one left!
As I stated before, ATLUS released a lengthy prologue demo for Metaphor ReFantazio a few weeks ago. While this gave players a taste of what was to come for the full game, the title had less than stellar performance on PC. Unfortunately, these issues also affected the game on Steam Deck. I originally covered the demo and would be getting frame rates in the lower 20s in larger open environments, and even going down to as low as the upper teens in town areas at 75% resolution scaling. While the dungeons ran fine for the most part, most of the problems with the frame rate stem from the old engine that ATLUS is using for this title. It was enough that ATLUS actually released a statement saying that they were aware of the PC issues and were looking to fix them. I'm happy to report that the hard work that the developers put into addressing these issues have paid off. Larger open areas like the desert at the start of the game run at a steady 30 FPS with high settings at 100% resolution scaling. If you unlock the frame rate in those areas and the towns, you're looking at between 30 and 35 FPS. Just know that these sections are very power hungry at 24 watts of power. Indoor sections and indoor dungeons can run at 40 to 45 FPS at 24 watts, or a steady 30 FPS at 15 to 17 watts. Turn-based battles also run between 55 and 60 FPS most of the time. So, what are the recommended settings for the best performance on Steam Deck? Honestly, if you want as high as a frame rate as possible, such as 40 to 45 FPS, you're going to need to turn down the rendering resolution, and as I'll discuss later, I don't exactly recommend doing this as it makes the image worse than it already is. I recommend sticking to 100% resolution scaling with high textures and VSync turned off, capped at 30 FPS on SteamOS. This will lead to a battery life between 2 and 2.5 hours on the LCD deck and around 3 hours on the OLED model. Ambient occlusion can either be on or off. It honestly doesn't make a huge difference in this title. I feel as the PC port of Metaphor in its current form needs more optimization from the developers to get it running smoother. A locked 40 to 45 FPS will not be possible without some major cutbacks. The game can basically maintain a locked 30 FPS with some very minor dips in heavier areas, which for a turn-based JRPG is more than suitable. However, I'd still like to see the development team continue to release patches and work out whatever kinks are present within the game's engine to optimize it better for PC.
Right.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier.
While Metaphor ReFantazio's menus and UI are absolutely stunning and oozing with style, I cannot say the same for the rest of the overall visual fidelity of the graphics. First things first, Metaphor does not support the Steam Deck's 16:10 aspect ratio screen. Even if you set the game's display mode to 1280x800, you'll still end up with black bars on the top and bottom of the screen, as the title only supports 16:9 aspect ratio in its current form. It's best just to turn the graphics down to 720p and play the game that way. There's a fan-made mod that makes the game support ultra widescreen aspect ratios, but that can make the in-game UI look a bit offset. As for Metaphor's graphics, I'm sad to say that the overall image of the game can look rather janky. With no anti-aliasing to choose from, the The game basically relies on the rendering scale to make it look cleaner. However, I don't recommend going over 100% rendering scale since it can affect performance. At the same time, 75% resolution scale in combination with no anti-aliasing makes the game look awful, even on the deck's smaller screen. The only other graphics options to talk about are texture resolution and ambient occlusion. Metaphor definitely is lacking in graphics option on this PC port, and it only works towards its detriment in my opinion. At 100% resolution scaling at high settings, the image looks serviceable enough for the Steam Deck's smaller handheld screen. Just don't expect stunning results, especially if you connect the game to an external display. Metaphor ReFantazio is a game tailor-made for handheld gaming. Coming in at around 80 to 100 hours, this amazing turn-based JRPG experience is an absolute treat to play on Valve's Steam Deck. While the PC port does have some optimization issues and image quality doesn't look the best on a big 4K TV, it's more than suitable for the deck's built-in display. While console versions of the game run at a very unstable 60 FPS, Valve's Steam Deck is more than capable to run this title at a mostly locked 30 FPS with decent image quality. This to me makes the Steam Deck the ideal place to experience the full story of Metaphor ReFantazio, and I highly recommend every Steam Deck owner to at least give the demo a try. So that's about it, guys. That is my review for Metaphor ReFantazio on the Steam Deck. Have you guys tried the demo out yet? Are you going to be playing it on Steam Deck or consoles? Let me know down in the comment section what you're going to do. If you like the video, leave a like and subscribe for more ATLUS content. I'll see you guys in the next video. King out.